Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial on the PowerTeacher Pro Gradebook for elementary teachers. In this video, we're going to go over entering final standards grades for report cards. We will also cover entering overall subject grades for students in grades 4 through 6. You're going to log into PowerSchool as you normally do, and now you'll see a link for PowerTeacher Pro in the upper left side. You can go ahead and click that link and it will launch PowerTeacher Pro directly. Or you can choose to open one of your classes and go right into that class for grading. Click the link below that class to be brought right into that particular class. Once you're here, you're going to click Grading on the left-hand side. And then under the Grades section, click Standards. On this screen, it's going to be really important to make sure that your term is set correctly. If you're grading T1 grades, be sure that this is set to T1. This is a drop down, so you can go ahead and click and select the term that you're grading on. When you're ready to start grading, go ahead and click the cell next to the student's name and under a standard. You'll see once you have that cell selected, a grading panel is going to open on the right-hand side, and you'll see the full explanation of this standard at the top of the screen. Now I have some standards already graded here. This is a sample gradebook and we were using it to train people how to enter assignments. You likely have no grades here, and that's fine. We're going to enter them now. So you can go ahead and either select a grade by clicking one of the numbers below the box, or you can go ahead and type them in. Either way is just fine. Now you'll notice that we're looking at the list of standards going across right to left. If you'd like to fill in the same standard grade for this student for all standards, you can use this right to left fill option. And it's going to do that for any empty grades. It's going to give that student the grade that you just chose. Go ahead and click OK. And you can do the same thing going up and down. So standard by standard, giving all students the same grade for that standard. You can click the up and down fill option. And it will fill in the grades for all students. Go ahead and click OK. Now you see we're not able to see all of the standards for this subject. We're looking at ELA now. They're not all appearing here. There are actually 3 pages worth of standards to view. So you can go ahead and click on the 2 and the 3 to switch between the pages of standards. Or you can change the number of standards that are showing on the screen at the same time. I'm going to type in 20 and then hit enter. And now you can use the scroll bar at the bottom to scroll across all of the standards for this subject. Once you're done and you've entered all of the grades that you want to enter, make sure you go ahead and click Save at the bottom right. And that's it. That's all there is to entering the standards grades for report cards for this particular subject. Now, if you have a student who is in grade 4, 5, or 6, you are going to need to enter the final overall subject grade for this student here as well. So underneath the T1 column, the T1 is where you're going to enter the overall subject grade. So go ahead and click on a cell, and then you can use the grading panel on the right to choose the grade. Once you click on a letter grade, you'll then have the option to make it a plus or a minus. And you just go student by student and enter the grade for each child. And again, once you're done, go ahead and click Save. Now this screen is great because you have the view of all of your students all on the same screen. You can use the fill option to fill in the same grade for all of your students. However, it is a little bit cumbersome because we do have to do this scrolling across to see all of the different standards. So there is another option. It's a different screen that you can use to view all of the standards for one student on the screen at the same time for this one subject that you're looking at. In order to do that, you're going to go ahead and click on Students on the left-hand side, and then click on Standards Progress. Now you'll see on this screen that you're looking at all of the standards for this one subject for a particular student, and the student's name is at the top. My student's name here is Test, grade 6, but you would see your actual student's name. And you can see here the grades that we already entered. If you are using your gradebook for assignments, you'll see the number of assignments associated with each standard. Most people are not using this, so you'll just see all zeros. And you can use this the same way that we used the other screen. So you're grading the standards for just this one student by clicking the box, and you can use the grading panel over on the right, the same way we did before. There's even the option to fill the scores up and down. If you do make changes to grades here, please just remember to go ahead and click Save when you're done. And now you can easily switch between students by using the drop-down menu at the top that is the student's name. You go ahead and click the drop-down and choose the next student. And now you can continue grading or editing grades for this student. And that's it. That's all there is to entering report card grades for elementary students. You can switch to the next subject by clicking the top center of the screen, and you'll see your class list. Go ahead and click on the next subject to begin grading that class. The next thing that I want to show you is how to print your report cards. You need to do that within PowerTeacher, not within this PowerTeacher Pro gradebook. We have to go back into PowerTeacher in order to print the report cards. So go ahead and click the PowerSchool icon at the top left-hand side of the screen. And it brings you back to your regular PowerSchool PowerTeacher page. Now you have a couple of options for printing report cards. You can choose to print them for just one class by clicking the print icon beside the class, or you can print them for all classes all at once by clicking the reports icon over on the left. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one and click on reports. From the drop down at the top, you're going to select your grade level and then click submit. Now you'll see that your report is running. Your most recent report is going to appear at the top of the list. And depending on how many students you've selected, it may take a few minutes to run. Go ahead and click refresh occasionally. And then once your status has changed to completed, you'll see this view link. You can go ahead and click view. And your report cards will appear in a PDF format. So you can see I've entered the ELA standards and math standards for this student. You can go ahead and download or save this PDF like you normally would with any PDF. And that's all there is to it. Thank you for watching this tutorial of the PowerTeacher Pro gradebook.